Hello, Wisdomers, and welcome to our weekly career roundup. In our previous weekly career roundups, we have seen how to crack interviews and how to survive your first 90 days as a fresher. And after your 90 days of your journey as a fresher, you have just been assigned your first real feature. You work hard, you pour all your knowledge into it, and you create a piece of code that you believe is a masterpiece. You submit it for a code review and then you wake up to a storm of criticism. Your perfect code is covered in comments and questions. This is the story of that moment, a story about ego, collaboration, and the true purpose of a professional code review. This is the story of Rohan. Rohan was a talented junior developer. He was a fast learner and a clever coder. After a few weeks of fixing small bugs, he was finally given his first new feature to build from scratch. He was determined to impress. He worked tirelessly, sometimes staying late into the evening. He used a clever algorithm he had learned in college to make his function incredibly efficient. He used concise single letter variable names to make the code look compact and professional, just like he had seen in textbooks. After a week of intense focus, he was finished. The feature worked perfectly. It was smart, it was fast, and he was incredibly proud. With a smile, he submitted his work for a code review, a process where a senior engineer would look over his code before it was merged into the main project. He leaned back in his chair, expecting an email saying, "Great work" or "Looks good to me." The next morning, Rohan logged on and saw his inbox flooded with notifications. They were all from Anjali, the team's most experienced senior engineer. He opened the code review tool and his heart broke. His masterpiece was covered in red comments. The comments were, "What does the variable X represent? Please use more descriptive names. This function is over 100 lines long and is doing 3 different things. This needs to be broken into smaller single-purpose functions. This clever algorithm is hard to follow. Is there a simpler way to do this? Remember, the next person to read this code won't have your context. This doesn't handle the edge case where the user input is null. The code will crash." Rohan was crushed. He felt defensive, misunderstood, and deeply embarrassed. His first thought wasn't, "Oh, I can improve." His thought was, "She just being picky. She doesn't get it. My code is efficient." He felt like his intelligence was being attacked. Later that day, in a team meeting, Anjali gently brought up the review. Rohan, trying to hide his frustration, mumbled something about the feedback being a lot. Anjali, sensing his discomfort, asked to chat with him afterwards. In that one-to-one meeting, she didn't criticize him. Instead, she shared the 3 secrets of a professional code review that she wished someone had told her when she was a junior. The first secret is, we review the code, not the coder. "Rohan," she asked kindly, "I need you to understand this was never about you. I was not reviewing Rohan, I was reviewing the code. My comments are not a judgment of your intelligence, they are a collaboration to make our code stronger and more reliable. We are a team attacking the problem, not each other." The second secret is, readability is more important than cleverness. "Your algorithm was very clever," she continued, "but it took me 20 minutes to understand it. Now imagine a new engineer 6 months from now who has to fix the bug in this code at 3 a.m. during the server outage. If they can't understand it quickly, it's a danger to our entire system. Simple, readable, even boring code is always more valuable than complex, clever code. Our goal is to write code that is easy to delete, not hard to understand." The third secret is, feedback is a gift of experience. She said, "Even single comment I left is based on the mistake that I or someone on our team has made it in the past. When I point out the edge case, it's because I have seen that exact bug take down our servers before. I am giving you 10 years of experience for free in a single review so that you don't have to learn all these lessons the hard way. The goal of the code review isn't to find fault, it is to share knowledge and make our entire team better. A light bulb went on in Rohan's head. He looked at the comments again, but this time through a new lens. They weren't attacks, they were a guide. They were a roadmap to become a better professional. He spent the next day working with Anjali. He changed his variable names to be descriptive. He broke down his big function into smaller, more readable ones. He replaced his clever algorithm with a slightly slower but much simpler and more obvious one. He submitted the new revision. This time, the only comment from Anjali was a simple, looks great, merging it in. Rohan felt a new, deeper kind of pride. It wasn't the pride of a lone genius, it was the pride of a professional craftsman who had collaborated with his team to build something solid, reliable, and something they could all be proud of. Rohan's story teaches us one of the most profound lessons in software engineering. The goal is not to be a solo genius, but to be a great teammate. And the foundation of great teamwork is writing clean, readable, and maintainable code that others can understand. This is a skill that requires practice. That's why our AI interviewer in the Learning Agent app won't just check if answer is correct. We are designing it to also provide feedback on the quality of your code, its readability, its structure, and how well it follows best practices. It's a perfect training ground to help you build the habits of a professional before your first real code review. The link to get onto the waitlist is in the description. That's it for this week's Career Roundup. Now, a question for the experienced developers in our community. What is the most important lesson you have learned from practicing in code reviews? Let's share our wisdom and prepare the next generation for this crucial process. Post your advice in the comment section below. Thanks for watching and keep learning.